Hello my dear students, today we are going to discuss certain topics in irrigation water quality and wastewater management unit 1. Okay, so this is actually dedicated for water quality investigation and sampling design. So what is actually a sample? So you may not be in a position to check all the details and all. So let's say for example, you want to check the quality of certain product and all, means you'll be checking all the components. You have to ensure that 100% of customers are being satisfied. But when you take it as water quality, it's actually abundant. Nearly 3/4 of our planet is fully filled with water, particularly ocean. So if you're leaving the ocean and everything else, you consider the lake and everything. So you can't do it as a whole, right? So if we're going to do an analysis or investigations, you'll have to do with the sampling and all. So your water quality investigations or analyze various physical, chemical and also biological parameters. You'll have to understand this. So why it is a purpose is drinking, irrigations, or it can be an aquatic habitat or etc. So this designing an effective sampling plan is crucial for obtaining the representative and also the reliable data. So what is main is first we have to define the objectives. So we'll have to clearly define the objectives of water quality investigation. So we'll have to determine the specific parameters of interest, okay, like for example monitoring the pollution levels, so evaluating the habitat quantity or the drinking safe water, everything else. For what purpose you are going to do this, so that you have to state. Next one, you'll be selecting the sampling sites. So whether at the middle you'll have to go on for the water body, at the sense river bank, that is enough, or you'll have to go over your boat, you have to take from there, okay, at what depth you have to do and what is the geographical locations, right, and everything else like hydrological characteristics, everything else you have to do. So that is we are selecting the sampling sites, okay. So based on the objective only you are going to do this. Next one is sampling frequency. So whether you are going to do only for the winter or whether you are going to do only for summer, you are going to see the seasonal changes we are going to do, and what is the regulated, certain regulations will say you'll have to take it for 15 days, 10 days, so that regulations, everything else you have to consider. So this continuous monitoring, periodic sampling or event-based sampling. Also we need, see for example, any event takes place, so how it is doing, how is the change in the quality, how it is reflected in the change of water quality, everything else we have to do. And next one is developing the sampling protocols. So it will be for sample collections, handling, preservation, analysis, and for consistency and accuracy, everything you have to do. So you'll have to follow the established methods and guidelines that will be accommodated by the regulatory agencies or scientific organizations. So next one, you'll be selecting the parameters to measure. So what parameters you are going to do? So based on the objectives only, you have to select the parameters to measure. So it can be temperature, it can be pH, or it can be dissolved oxygens, it may be nutrients like metals, pathogens and biological indicators. So for example algae or the micro invertebrates or everything else, okay. So that you will have to measure. So that parameters, it is being very, very essential, okay. So next one is determine sample volume and location. So next you will be determining the appropriate sample volume that is being needed to detect the target parameters at desired detection limits. So see, certain will be certain parameters it can measure at the surface. Certain will be needing, you'll have to need to take data from specific depths in the water bodies, etc. So you'll have to capture the variability and also stratifications and everything else, okay. Next one is and have to implement the quality assurance measures to ensure the reliability and accuracy of data, okay. So you can follow the standard operating procedures and everything, sample collections and analysis. Next one is plan sample transport. So you have to develop the procedures. Why I am doing is, actually you may have different sets of people to do this, okay. For example 5 groups, they may be doing this sampling in doing this, collecting the samplings in 5 different locations, means they have to follow the same procedures that you have to do. And another one is what types of transportation, how much incubation period is kept, how they are doing it, or if you have to add certain chemicals in what time, means everything should be uniform. So that only will be planning the sample transport and also how it is being stored and all. And next one is analyzing. So you will have to consider the laboratory analysis and all. So what regulatory standards you do, what background informations and what trend is there. So everything is you have to analyze. And next one is whatever data you have find out, okay, whatever test we have done and what frequency, everything else, you will have to come out with a comprehensive report. You will have to come out with sampling methods, analysis, and recommendations, and everything else. So these are the things that has to be followed in water data analysis. Okay, and nowadays we have a auto sampler. What is means an auto sampler means is actually a device that's actually coupled to an analytical instrument. So it will be automatically taking samples for analysis. Okay, this will be collecting samples periodically from a large sample source like atmosphere or lake, etc. Okay, thank you.